Welcome everyone. Welcome to Butcher and the Beard. I'm David Butcher. That's John Shanley. How's everyone
Morning, morning,
doing?
morning. It's been
Good
a few
morning.
days.
Been a few days. We're sorry about
Scheduling's
that.
been tough, but that's all right.
It has.
Much better race this weekend. It was actually exciting.
Yeah, I did
Some
watch.
crashes, but
Yeah,
it was such a small track. So,
I know.
uh,
I caught the last 91 laps,
mhm.
and I was like, okay. And I saw of course, Danny Hamlin won. The guy I bet on the week before to win, and I'm like, you motherfucker, like whatever.
And then I was talking to Morgan, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think Kyle Busch has a shot." I'm like, "All right, I'll put $5 on him." And then for a while he was winning, and
Yeah,
then what happened? He fucking ran over his own guy in the pit.
did he?
Yeah, he did. It was
Oh,
bad. Like, not on purpose, but
yeah.
I guess like he was trying to. He thought that they were good to go, but they weren't. So the guy's like, no, no, no. And then you see the guy like up on the hood, and he's like, oh shit. And then he had to go back, and they had to fix it. But like that, whatever. 30 seconds cost him because like he was in first, and then he literally was a lap behind because of that fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
He had
that.
to coming back and finishing like I don't know 15th or 14th or something.
Yeah, that
But
30 seconds on a track like that is bad. Like that Bell kid, was it the Bell kid? That
yeah,
young kid, he must have pit at the wrong time because he was in first place for a long time,
right.
and he went and took a pit, and he never showed back up because no one else pitted. You know what I mean? So his management team did a bad job with him going in there. They didn't execute the plan because he probably would have won that because he was running fast. You know what I mean? But like you said, small track. And like I was watching the announcer say with the last like 90 laps or like the last 24, they're like, Danny Hamlin, he's getting a little aggressive, but there's nowhere to go. There's just so many cars, so much traffic, and it was like he's like, look, all right, here more cars. Where are you gonna go? So
Mhm.
like you only get one or two opportunities to do a little pass each lap. You know what I mean? And if it's not there, it's not there. So hopefully next week Morgan gives us a fucking winning fucking call because I need to win some money. You know,
I know.
he's the
I won last night. That's why I'm tired, man. I went. Knicks were on the West Coast, but it was messed up. I had a three leg parlay and I hit it,
oh
and
nice.
but they sold me I lost, and I was like, oh no. So I took a picture of the lost bet slip, and I took a picture of the stat line because they said I picked it was Brunson over 30 had to have 30 points. DiVincenzo had to have 16, and Josh Hart needed 10 rebounds, over 10 rebounds. So he did. He got 11. So they said that he didn't. So then I took the picture of the stat sheet and
Yeah.
the losing bet slip, and I sent it to them. Now they never responded, but then all of a sudden the bet slip changed and it
Yeah,
fixed it.
sometimes, I don't think I think they would have changed no matter what because I seen that
I
before.
well, you think they would,
Yeah, but I would
but
always,
you never know.
yeah,
And
you never know.
I don't trust them.
I'm still sending it. Like you said, I would still send it. I don't care because I'm not losing a bet that I won. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So they never sent an email, but they did fix it. So I was like, all right, good, give me my
yeah,
money
yeah. A three leg
because
parlay with
I'm
a
probably losing
$5.
today
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I gotta start doing that thing you were telling me about where you like bet on games or stuff that you get your money back for betting.
Oh yeah, they give you promotions and stuff
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
gonna have to start.
I haven't been betting, so that's probably why I haven't had any
Yeah,
promotions.
yeah. They
Uh,
want to take your money before you.
Yeah, and if it, it is cool because like what happens is if you're in like a little bit of a losing streak, they start offering you those free bets and shit like that. So
Yeah,
I can't complain. It's still fun. I just sometimes you gotta take a break, and now I'm back, and I won last night, so hopefully
yeah. That's nice.
my streak continue. Um, but we haven't been on I think since Lightning beat the Rangers. Man, that was
Yeah,
it was a great game, and then they came back, and then you guys whooped the Panthers the next
yeah,
time. So you guys are hot right now. So
yeah.
yeah, I want no part of you guys in the playoffs. We were saying
No.
before. I want you guys to play Florida. Go ahead, take them
Yeah,
out.
that's it. That's it.
Maybe maybe we'll get to see you in the conference finals. And
Yeah,
see
for
what
sure. Yeah,
happens.
no, those trades are really working out, man. Like, there's a couple of key pieces making line movements and making things work and shifting them into that way. And that's what people don't understand, man. Like, the Lightning for the last couple of years have really come clutch with the last couple of trade days. And it just gets that line just good enough because you know you have superstars and you know they're older, but they're still superstars. You know what I mean? And like
Yep.
I was saying earlier, off camera, off the stream or whatever, is like when you got Stamkos to be able to play comfortable in his own line, you're gonna be in trouble. The dude's a captain for a reason. He's a future Hall of Famer for sure. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
so like
And
he's
their core has been there. So like
yeah,
you're never gonna panic. They've been there before, so they're a veteran group that knows how to win. So
yeah, for sure,
it
for
was
sure.
scary. Um, still too far out of that third spot, but you guys are gonna
Yeah,
pretty much lock in. I'd say that first wild card. Oh no, now the second one is Washington. That seems to be like a rotating door because you got Buffalo, the Islanders, Detroit, and Washington all like within like 2 points of each other. So
yeah, no, it's yeah,
who knows what
it's
the last one's going to turn out to be? But right now we got 15 games left.
yeah, it's coming fast.
Yeah, it's like 13 to 15 games left, and right now, because even though we lost to you guys, we've won the next two.
Yep.
uh, we're at 94 points and a game in hand with Boston, who's got 95 points, and Florida's got 94. So the three teams, all with this pretty much the same amount of games left within a point of each other. So we'll
Yeah,
see how
when do
that.
you start resting your players if you're at 94 points? I feel like you're like I don't even know. Like
Uh, I don't. It's hockey, man. They don't really
I
rest.
know I don't feel like they even rest, man, which is crazy. Like I guess the rotation is so crazy on the lines that it's like that they never
Well,
rest
that's
them.
just
I never see somebody not
hockey. They
play
don't.
a game.
Right. Like you could have everything locked up and they're still gonna play.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
So
don't you want to sit down and relax a little bit? They're like no. We're
you
not
know that
you.
that's
There you go.
that's
We
NBA
not you.
players are
Yeah,
about resting and being ready
yeah,
for the playoffs. Hockey, like I'm ready, man.
yeah,
I just want to play.
yeah.
Um, got into a little college basketball this weekend. I watched the Big East tournament. That was a lot of fun. I was rooting for St. John's, and whatever. They lost to UConn, and then because they lost, they were on the bubble, and they did not get invited to the big tournament, which I kind of thought was. They probably should have been in, but
Yeah.
whatever. Just like anything else. People are going to get screwed out. So then, them and Pittsburgh and like a couple other teams, when they don't go to that, then they decline going to the NIT, which is a smaller tournament. But
Yeah.
I never got that. Like, whatever. Like, you're not in the big dance, but who cares? You could still compete. You could still technically win that.
Yeah,
It
for
doesn't
sure.
hurt you if you win or lose the NIT. I don't know. Maybe these schools think that it does, but like me, as like when I was younger and I was a competitor, I didn't care. Oh, okay. So I'm not in the big tournament. Fuck it. I'll compete in the smaller tournament and I'll win that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. Get a trophy somehow. You know what I mean?
But I just wanted to play. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That was the whole thing. Like I love the game. I love this is what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys have aspirations of the NBA, but they also want to play. So
Yeah.
why are you taking that away from them? So then, like, I guess maybe the organization is like, we want to just start getting ready for next year, and our recruiting and blah blah blah. Play the games, man. I don't know. I don't like that. Um, but I guess that gives other schools opportunities to be in the NIT. So um, I don't know. I personally I don't like that when schools are like, well, we're not going to the big one, so we're just gonna decline an invitation to the NIT. And it's like,
Yeah.
come on, man, just complete, just play. You know, people still watch that. People are gonna be betting on it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is. Um, NBA last night. Knicks huge win. They've won 3 in a row on this road trip, and they've won 2 of the games that I thought they could win the Warriors game, but then OG Anunoby, they he sat out because he had a little bit of soreness from his elbow from their surgery. They've been 15-2 when he's in the lineup, so there was a lot of doubt. That's why I won last night because
Yeah.
but they went small against a small Warriors team, and they played really great. So
Yeah.
they were the underdogs, and I took them the one straight up the money line. So they
Yeah.
they won that game. Miles McBride, who was basically just a bench guy. Wasn't even in the rotation last year. Has played lights out. They started him, and everyone's like, "Why are you playing him?" And the coach was like, "Well, he's like, the Warriors are a small team. He's like, Draymond Green is 6'5", and he's
Yeah.
their center. So like you can match up with smaller guards. And then McBride went off. He had 29 points. He hit a career high 6 threes. He had to defend Steph Curry all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he basically played the entire game except for 2 minutes, and then Josh Hart, who's been getting unbelievable minutes lately, he played the entire game, all 48 minutes. Dude had another triple double. Like that guy, and the funny thing is about him is he usually doesn't get a lot of points because he's not a great shooter, but he just does everything else. He rebounds, he gets assists, he's in the passing lanes, he gets steals. He
Yeah.
just roughs the other team defensively, and he's just a fucking motor, and he just keeps going. Last night, he had his play at the end when it was, Warriors cut it to within 4. He had a bad shot and he missed it, and then he came back and then he stole the ball, to give them the ball back, and then kind of that at that point it became a free throw game, and the Knicks were able to hold on. But really big game for them. Miami,
Yeah,
they
they did lose to the 76ers, but they unfortunately had 3 games in a row, back to back to back. That's really tough to give
oh,
you 2 games versus Detroit, who's just scrappy, and then
right.
then you're like, oh, then you're gonna go play the 76ers
Yeah,
the day. I'm
games
like,
in 3 games in 4 days. Yeah,
yeah, it felt like back to back to back. That's what it did feel like, but like I was like, holy crap, three games in 4 days is a lot of
I know.
playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they didn't
So.
have Jimmy, right? They didn't
I
have
don't know
Jimmy
if
Butler.
Jimmy was there. I didn't watch that game actually. I literally I was super busy yesterday, like really busy. I fasted for like 24 hours or more. Then I went to the gym, played basketball. Like I haven't played a regular game of basketball myself in like probably over a year or longer. Like
My
because
buddy
I
Kenny keeps telling me to do it, and I'm like, I
yeah
haven't played since I
yeah
was a kid. I don't think
yeah.
I could do shit no more.
So
You know,
my
probably
feet.
should.
Yeah, I was like pulling trees yesterday. Dude, I had dirt on me while I was playing basketball because I literally came home to get my dad food, and then I literally went and made him food, and then I left, and I didn't even eat. I literally didn't eat my first bite of food from 9 p.m. yesterday till
Huh.
10, or like I didn't eat till almost 11 p.m. last night. So it was over 24 hours of no food, and I was doing basketball and doing tree pulling and shit. Like, so a full day of activities, and I
Damn.
even went in my backyard and took away my trampoline set and all this other thing to go to the dump because I'm gonna go to the dump today and throw
Okay.
everything away. So it's like, holy crap, like, but I didn't wasn't hungry, so it wasn't even like I needed it. Like I could have probably I probably could do a 2 day fast.
Oh.
I just hate to just eat to be like, okay, let's fucking eat
I
something.
can't fast more than like fucking 2 hours, and I'm fucking dying.
If you're like busy, it's like, oh, I don't need to eat.
Yeah, no, I get you.
It's when you're bored, that's when you're like, okay, I'm hungry. I'm bored.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Did you have your breakfast sandwiches today?
No, actually, I've been good with that. I have not had them in 2 weeks.
Oh, damn.
I'm sticking to trying to. I'm trying to eat healthier, man.
Yeah.
I'm eating oatmeal now, first thing in the morning, and all I do is I put some honey in it. So
There
like
you go.
straight oatmeal and honey, and I know I'm feeling better, but then I fuck it up at night because I eat like a fucking buffalo chicken sandwich and some fucking.
Yeah.
It's a balance. I'm
what you
trying.
what you have to do is this. You have to eat the oatmeal, eat the buffalo chicken sandwich in the afternoon so your body can digest and stuff. they need something healthy before bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, all I have is the fucking food at work and fucking
Yeah. Oh,
trash.
they're serving they're serving
So
you
yeah, I mean, usually what I do then is I eat like like I'll have like not a salad, but I'll eat something, a little bit. I'll eat
yeah.
vegetables, but
Yeah.
even then, like even though it's vegetables, I don't feel very well afterwards. So however they're cooking it, they're fucking terror. It's not very healthy
Yeah,
for you.
I hated the EDR food there, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Like
it's and like I don't want to stop bringing my own lunch, but I'm gonna just have to at some point. You know what I mean? And it's
like
like,
just something good enough to like get you to the house to like at least eat something because I know you're not coming home from work and going right to bed, right?
no, I come home, I eat something, and then I go to,
That's
and
what
then
I'm
I
saying. So
usually
that
turn the game on.
yeah, that's what I would do because like the work food, man, it's always been shitty. Man, I went to work at the Hard Rock. No lie. I weighed 215 or 222, something like that in that range. And then Yana was like, "Oh, you're gonna gain all that weight. I promise you, working here." And you do. And I was active. I was on kiosks. I was literally walking every single day and couldn't lose weight. You know why? Because that EDR food. Because you had to eat. You're hungry, and you're like, and I didn't come home and feast my face. So it was the
Right.
work food. You know what I mean? Literally disgusting. You know what I mean? Now I'm like back
Yeah.
on track and stuff like that, and I'm losing weight. And I'm like, some good pounds away from my goal, but I'm on the right track. I'm eating better, and I don't have to worry about the EDR because
Yeah.
that food. Oh my god! Even getting food off the grill. I used to try to get the vegan burger just to get something
Right.
healthier. The Beyond Beer burger, and that shit is good. I'm not gonna lie, it was good as hell, but.
Yeah, but you ain't losing weight on it. That's for
No,
sure.
you're not losing weight on anything anymore. And you're like, what the hell, man? I hated that shit. I felt like a fucking ogre.
So right now, let's get back in the NBA. I'm looking at the standings. Miami is in eighth place.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we still got about 15 games left too in basketball, but they ain't gonna fall lower than eighth because
No,
Chicago and
honestly.
Atlanta pretty much have that 9 and 10 seeds locked up, and then but they now you're a game behind the sixth spot, and you know the Knicks and Orlando are kind of separating themselves in that 4 or 5 spot.
Yeah.
So it's nobody's catching Boston. They're 10 games up on the second place team. Milwaukee and Cleveland are separated by a game, and then you got the Knicks 2 games behind them, and then Orlando a game behind them, and then Philly is 2 games behind Orlando, and they're half a game up on Indy, and now a full game up on Miami. So we'll see what happens. Philly though is not a good team. They remind me of the Nets last year. How the
Yeah.
Nets, in the beginning of the year last year, the Nets had Kevin Durant and James Harden and Kyrie Irving, and then they traded Harden, but then they still went on this run in like the beginning of January where like they only lost like 1 or 2 games, and then they decided, fuck it,
Yeah.
Kyrie got hurt, and then they like we're gonna trade Durant and just whatever. So then they were scrappy and they held on for a top 6 seed, but then they were just smoked in the first round
Yeah.
because they're not a good team
No.
without obviously those superstars. So I feel like Philly's kind of in that boat where they had a great start to the season and now they're just kind of trying to scrap it out, hoping that Embiid comes back. But even if he does, I don't you're going to be so low on the standings. You're going to have to play either like, well, I guess if you're six and you end up playing Cleveland, you could beat Cleveland because
Yeah.
Cleveland they're not healthy either. Right now that Donovan Mitchell has played 1 game in the last like month, um, and they're kind of a soft team. I've said that before, and they're not playing well right now.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's starting to play really good, which is scary for some people, but I mean, we have they Wednesday they play Boston, so that's going to be a good, you know, that's going to be a good tell as to see how they match up with them. Um, but other than that, like Nick's still got to get healthy, even though they really played well last night. Golden State is not what they are. You know what I mean? They're not the powerhouse they used to be. They're literally the 10th seed. They're a game behind the Lakers. So they're not a powerhouse team, even though the Knicks won. You go on the reputation of certain players, but it's like the Knicks are still a better team. They have a better record. Now we have Denver. That's probably going to be a loss. But anyway, you go on a 4-game West Coast trip and you take 3 out of 4. I'm happy with it. I
Yeah.
was hoping for 2-2. We're already ahead of schedule. Maybe
Hmm.
we can pull off a miracle against Denver. I don't see it, but although I think, yeah, no, yeah, we're Denver. We've beaten Denver 3 straight, and now we're going in there in Denver undermanned. I don't, as good as we've been playing, I can't see us winning that game.
Yeah.
You know, and it is what it is. I was hoping to get Julius Randle back. Doesn't sound like that's going to happen. There's still a chance he doesn't come back for the year, which is disheartening. But what are you
This
gonna do?
was injuries, man. I wish these guys could just be robots so that you could be like, this is the player I want out there all the time. And you're like,
I know, but it's part of so many sports now. You know what I mean?
no.
These guys, you get hurt, you miss a month, and all of a sudden your team tanks because that one guy who's he's a superstar for a reason. So like even last year when Otani went down, the Angels kind of they were in the mix and then they went away. Like so, even
Yeah.
baseball where it's a long season, you lose your best players and more than likely you're going to lose. you
That's
know.
it. That is the truth in any sport. You get you're an all star for a reason. You're a superstar for a reason. If you're not out
Exactly.
there, then
Right.
you lose that rotation. But
Last night, I don't know if you could find it to put it up there. They Anthony Edwards had this incredible dunk over somebody, and he actually dislocated his finger when he did it. That's how hard he fucking dunked it.
yeah,
And
I have to look.
whatever. It's a finger. They pop it back in. You know, he didn't even realize how bad it was, and then afterwards, he was just like, "Oh man," he's like, "I can't believe I did that."
Anthony Edwards, dude, the dude is powerful. He's like a little rocket ship, man, and
he's 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 bigger than you'd think, and he's
yeah,
super athletic. More athletic than you expect. Like
yeah,
John Morant is just as athletic, but he's a small, wiry guy, so you can kind
yeah,
of
makes
that
sense.
that thing. But Edwards is like kind of stocky, and then he just fucking, he jumps so high, his head's over the rim. He
Yeah,
had that block a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was like a week ago, where he literally was so high that he blocked the shot, but then he not like almost knocked himself out because his head and shoulder hit the backboard. And
damn.
then yesterday he like jumped like 4 feet over the dude and just fucking.
Yeah, I'll look for it on YouTube and I'll screen record it and put it in here.
It was incredible.
Yeah, no, he is an animal, man. The dude is good. He's an actor also, so you know,
Yeah,
he's doing a lot of things. He was a full role. I mean, a full role actor in a basketball movie, which is big. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
There's so many basketball players that I've never seen in movies. All I see is like with Kevin Durant, LeBron James. That's
Right.
Michael Jordan. Those are like,
Jordan. Yeah, LeBron's been in it. Well, then there was the Ray Allen one.
oh yeah, the Ray Allen one. That's what I'm saying. All these basketball players in there. There was two basketball players that were in that movie. It was the French guy that was the main actor in that movie with Anthony Edwards. And I had to look
Yeah.
him up to see if he even played basketball. And he did, but I was like, oh, never heard of him. But he was a good actor. Like I liked him in the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Well, that's the thing. They have to have other careers too.
yeah, they do, man. Like this.
Oh
That's the good thing about
well.
being an NFL, MLB, an NHL, NASCAR, whatever. you get ties to these kind of roles that you, because you got agents, you know what I mean? The agents will be like,
Huh?
hey, you want to go do something? And you're like,
Hey, you want
okay,
to do in a movie? All right, yeah, why
yeah,
not?
why not? And they're not really gonna make you too much, read too
That's what
many
we need. We
lines.
need an agent.
Yeah, that's it. We need an agent, man. Have to pay him.
That's it.
Send it to the Cash App so we can get an agent.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's always somebody out there that's gonna
Get us,
push your
get us
stuff.
some stuff, and then we'll make some money, and then you know,
Yeah,
you
then we'll
get a
get the agent. There we go.
oh well. All right. Well, that's our show for today.
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We got some stuff to do. We should be back here on Thursday,
Yep.
God willing, and maybe we'll go live again this coming weekend. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. It's the last few weeks of March Madness is starting next week, so we're gonna have all that fun,
Yeah,
and then we're
that's
gonna have the last few weeks of hockey and NBA to get ready for the playoffs. So exciting times, and I don't know. Peace out.
good guys. Good guys. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good day, man. We missed you. We love you. Thank you, guys. Make sure you do
Yep.
subscribe and like and comment. We're out.